Every single year, low-flying pilots smash into invisible power lines. Most of the time, nobody sees it coming. These cables stretch across highways, valleys, and rivers, completely invisible from the cockpit. But somebody figured out a fix, and it came from one terrifying near-death moment that happened 50 years ago and changed aviation safety forever. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you're never going to look at those weird colored balls on power lines the same way again.
You're cruising down the highway, music low, windows fogging up, miles of open road ahead of you. And then you see them, strung way up high between two massive towers, these giant bright orange balls just hanging there in the sky. They look absurd. They look like something a kid put up there on a dare. Most people laugh, point, and forget about them 2 seconds later. But here's the thing. Those weird balls sitting on power lines aren't a joke. They aren't random, and they definitely aren't decorations. So what are they? And why does the FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration, have strict rules about their exact size, their color, and exactly where they go?
To understand why these things exist, you gotta get out of the car and into a cockpit. Imagine you're a helicopter pilot, flying low and fast over a river valley. From the ground, power lines are easy to spot. You can see them against the sky all day. But from up above, looking down at high speed, those thick steel cables just vanish. The gray metal blends right into the dark green of forests, the brown of rivers, the chaos of mountain terrain. You don't see the wire. You hit the wire. And by then, it's already over. So how many pilots actually died before someone decided to do something about this? And who was the one person who finally said, enough?
It's the early 1970s. A man named Winthrop Rockefeller, the governor of Arkansas, is descending toward an airport in a small plane. He's looking out the window, doing what passengers do, when suddenly, out of nowhere, he sees high-voltage power lines flashing just feet from his aircraft. His heart drops. His pilot barely adjusts in time, and Rockefeller sits there, shaking, realizing that from the air, those cables were completely invisible. He had nearly died. And he was the governor. If he almost got taken out, what was happening to regular pilots every single day? Rockefeller wasn't the type to let something like that slide, so the order he gave next would accidentally change aviation history forever. Rockefeller immediately called his director of aeronautics and gave him one job: find a way to make those power lines visible from the sky. The problem landed on the desk of a man named Jack Rudlich, a guy who ran a fiberglass boat building plant in Little Rock, Arkansas. Not an aerospace engineer, not a government contractor, a boat builder. Rudlich got to work using the same lightweight, durable fiberglass he used for hulls and designed a brightly colored sphere that could clamp tightly onto power line cables without damaging them, without slipping in heavy winds, and without adding dangerous weight to the lines. Simple, effective, genius. But here's what nobody tells you. These things are way bigger than they look from the road. And the way they get installed, that part is absolutely wild.
From your car window, those balls look maybe the size of a basketball, right? Nah, not even close. The FAA mandates that aerial marker balls must be up to 36 inches in diameter. That's 3 feet across. And they can weigh up to 17 pounds each. You could fit a small child inside one of these things. And the colors aren't random either. Aviation orange, bright white, and high visibility yellow are all carefully chosen to pop against the blues, greens, and grays of the natural world below. Now, here's where it gets crazy. Because power lines cross rivers, canyons, and rugged mountain terrain, the only way to install these markers is to send trained linemen out on the outside of a hovering helicopter, mid-air, hanging off a moving aircraft, installing a 17-pound ball onto a wire that's carrying thousands of volts of electricity. So If this invention was so simple and so effective, why did it take a near-death experience from a governor to make it happen? And how many people died before that moment?
Here's what really gets you. This whole system, this life-saving network of bright orange balls stretching across America, almost never happened. It wasn't the result of years of government research or FAA committees debating best practices. It came from one scared man on one airplane, looking out one window at the right moment. Power line strikes are still one of the deadliest hazards in low-altitude aviation. Crop dusters, search and rescue helicopters, medevac pilots, these are the people these balls protect every single day. Somebody's dad who flies a news chopper. Somebody's sister who does wildfire aerial support. These are real people. And those 36-inch orange balls are the reason some of them made it home. And now there's a new problem that nobody saw coming, one that might make the original power line danger look small by comparison. As drone technology explodes and low-altitude airspace gets more crowded than ever, engineers and aviation authorities are already rethinking marker systems. Drones operate at heights where marker balls don't help. Delivery aircraft, air taxis, autonomous systems, all of them are now operating in the same airspace that made power lines deadly in the first place. The same question Rockefeller asked in 1970 is being asked again right now. How do you make invisible things visible before someone dies? The solution last time came from a boat builder in Arkansas. Nobody knows where the next solution comes from, but somebody out there is already working on it. Here's what I want you to answer in the comments. If you were the one tasked with solving this today, what would you put on power lines to protect the next generation of pilots? Because the next Jack Rudlich might be reading this right now.
If this video just answered something you've been low-key wondering about your whole life, hit that like button right now. Share it with somebody who always asks questions on road trips. And subscribe to Exploded View, because every single week we find the stories hiding in plain sight that nobody's bothered to explain.